Okay, welcome back guys. I'm going to come and stand this side of you. So, Sarah is going to demonstrate some warrior poses today for you. They are fantastic for working your glutes, so that's your bottom muscles, also the quad muscles, which is the front muscles here at the front of the legs. It's very good for core strength. You're going to get your shoulders are going to get a workout, your arms are going to get a workout. So if you've got, some definition that you'd like to get back in your bicep and your tricep, this is going to definitely help with those things. And I'm going to demonstrate to you what you're going to be looking for when you're at home holding these postures, so that you've got a real sense of how is this supposed to feel. It's one thing to look at a person doing the posture, it's another thing to be doing it at home by yourself where you don't have an instructor to correct you and you're going, I don't know if I'm doing this right. So hopefully today, from the way I describe this to you and watching what Sarah's doing, you'll get a feel for what you're doing at home and go, yeah, I can feel that happening there and that kind of thing. All right, so we're going to begin with Warrior One. So if you will step forward with your right leg for me. So the first thing we want to do is have the toe facing forward, and we want the back toe here facing out to the side. So the foot here is out to the side. We want our hips to be nice and forward here. Sarah's got a nice lunge happening. So her knee is nice and the front of her shin here is nice and straight. And her arms are nice and long. Now it is a warrior pose. We want our arms to be strong. We don't want our arms soft like this. We want to really straighten them and lengthen them up. Her palms are facing inwards towards each other. And when you're starting out, you probably want to just hold this for 4 or 5 breaths so that it's just a nice, gentle, diaphragmatic breathing exercise for you. But also in holding the pelvis forward, you're going to feel this nice stretch happening down the inside of the back leg, inner thigh. Now you can also squeeze the bottom muscle here at the back so that it gets a nice workout as well. It's great for burning any excess cellulite you want to get rid of. And then from that, what we're going to do is we're going to get Sarah to move into Warrior Two. So she's going to hold the lunge, but the hips are going to open up now because her arms are facing out, one in front and one behind. And we want the chest to be open here. So her chest is facing this direction. She's got a good line here, so it's nice and straight, front and back are even. She doesn't have one arm up too high. It's definitely not lagging. And when her arm is level here, she's going to feel this really nice, kind of like a clenching of the left shoulder blade muscle at the back. She's still got the nice stretch happening. The quads are getting a good workout. She's been holding it for a little while now. So you can then move to that posture and hold for another 4 or 5 breaths, okay? So I'll get you to release from that, Sarah, when you're ready. Beautiful. Now I want you to step your feet together. We're going to demonstrate Warrior 3. Okay, so the first one she did was Warrior 2. She held the lunge and then she moved to, the first one she did was Warrior 1. Then she held the lunge and moved to Warrior 2. So it was just the hips going from the front, arms up, and then shifting down and allowing the hips to open up and getting that nice squeeze in the shoulder blade. Warrior 3 is all about a straight line for the body. So I just want you to extend your left leg back onto your big toe for me. And just resting on the big toe she is now, I want you to bring your arms up nice and straight. Okay, so right now what we can see is she's got this lovely straight line happening. Now I want you to, keeping your arms there, I want you to lift this foot up, pointing the toe. Beautiful. So now Warrior 3 is meant to look a little different to this, but we all have a starting point, okay? So if this is your starting point, that's fine. What's really key is that we're not doing this. We don't want the arms down here, okay? And there's a tendency to do that because it helps us balance better. We really want to bring the arms up nice and high. It's going to work these shoulder muscles here. It's going to work the deltoid area. All of the scapular region is going to get a nice release from this. And of course, your bum's going to get a workout. Your quad on this side of the supporting leg is going to get a good workout. And our leg isn't locked in this position. It's just a little soft to begin with, okay? Can you release from that for me now? Just bringing the arms down. So I also want to show you what Warrior 3 would look like if you had quite good core strength and you've been doing it a while. We're eventually going to, can I just get you to step to the front of the mat there for me? We're eventually then going to, so this is our starting point, and we want to eventually come down so that we have this nice straight line. And again, my leg is not locked here, it's soft, okay, so that it just allows me to stabilize myself a little bit better, okay? And then we would be holding in this nice tabletop line, pointed toe, really working the back, really working the core strength area. Don't need to change that. It threw me. Someone's trying to call me, so so just pop back onto the mat for me, Sarah. So ultimately, that's what Warrior 3 is going to look like, okay? So if I can get you to just demonstrate that again for me, Sarah, just at the beginner's level. So 1 foot back, arms up, and just coming forward a little bit to where's comfortable for you today. I want you to hold there for 4 breaths for me. So notice that she's got strong here in the core. The toe needs to be just pointed a little more. There you go. And it's okay to wobble, all right? This is new for the body. So we get a little bit of a wobble happening. That's great. And gently release. Okay, so anywhere from 3 to 5 breaths is totally fine. But just make sure that your breathing is even and nice, and inhale is even to the exhale. And try to keep it nice and slow if you can. All right, now we're going to demonstrate reverse warrior. So I want you to step that left leg back for me, pointing the toe out again. And we're going to scoop the front arm up and gently resting the hand on the back of the leg. Now, both legs here are straight. And our head is looking up towards our palm. And what's happening is we're getting this nice stretch all the way down the front of the obliques and just a little bit into the abdominal area. We're getting a gentle compression happening on the spine. And it's really nice the way it curves down into the hip area there as well, okay? You'll feel a tummy crunch happening on this part of the body here as you're leaning back. So this is the gentle curvature. And we're engaging all the muscles at the front in order to hold that position. And then gently release. Now notice when Sarah comes out of the posture, she's gentle in the way that she does it. She's not standing here and then suddenly going, yeah, right, next one. Be kind with the body, you guys. Be purposeful in the way that you move. Yoga can look like poetry in motion if you're really present and focused on your body. All right, so now we're going to do the other side. Beautiful. So we're going to start out with Warrior 1. So stepping in. And I just want you to lunge a little, bringing the feet further apart for me today, Sarah. Yeah, beautiful. So she's getting this nice deep lunge happening now. Now, in order for that to happen, her hips need to come around a little more, which is really going to create that inner groin stretch area. So the wider the feet are apart, the greater the stretch will be in this inner thigh region. Her arms are nice and strong. She's very good at self-adjusting. That's why she's my star pupil, or one of. And so she can feel her body. She can recognise when, oh, my arms aren't quite right. You know, she sort of might be here, but then all of a sudden she goes, oh, I need to stretch that up a little bit more. She lifts really well from the rib cage area and holds herself. And notice that her knee at the front here is still, the shin is still in a nice straight line. She's not too far over, which is giving a great stretch in the hamstring area. All right, holding that lunge there, I want you to come into Warrior 2. So she's still got the lunge going on, but she's shifted the arms. She's looking the direction that she's holding that front arm. In Warrior 2, we do look that way. Her back arm's nice and level. And she's not leaning over like this. She's actually quite straight, and the lunge is all about the legs and the hips. But this part of her body, the core part and the torso part of her body, is quite upright. And then gently release for me. Okay. So that was Warrior 2. Now, we're going to do Warrior 3. So remembering that nice straight line again. You want to keep the arms as close to the ears as you can. And this will be relevant to the flexibility in the tops of the shoulders. Totally okay. If you need to adjust yourself, just put the toe down. We are standing on very spongy mats here, so it's a little more challenging. And then just come forward for just 2 more breaths there. Good. And release. Nice. So work with yourself. If it's only going to be 4 breaths that you hold it for, it's quite okay to do 1, 2, 3, and then come down for the 4th, just to try it out. You know, allow yourself to just find what's comfortable and release as you need to. If 4 breaths is too much, start with 2. If 1 breath is too much, hold it for 1 and release. And do it a couple of times. Hold it for 1 and release. So this is about self-pacing, all right? So show us now the reverse warrior. So it's the right leg. No, other one. Isn't it? No, sorry, you were right. My bad. My bad. Okay, so she's resting that hand just really gently on the back of the leg. Both legs are straight. She's got a nice straight arm here. She's looking up at her hand. She's getting a beautiful stretch down the side and a nice crunch happening where our love handles generally reside on our body. And we're working with everybody's body. Your shape is different to mine. Sarah's shape is different to mine. You know, we can't all be skinny bean poles, and as much as we'd like, we mentally think that's a good thing. You can release for me now, Sarah. We need to be realistic with where our body's at and then just work with that. You will find the beautiful thing about yoga is it's very self-healing. So when we hold the space for ourselves for the opportunity to stretch, the muscles can realign, the metabolism can fix itself and hit reset. The way we use our breath, like breath is our life force. It's when we hold our breath, we're holding our life force. It's our energy. So we can use our breath to send it to different parts of the body in order to get it to relax. So there's a lot about yoga that creates a space within the self for self-healing to occur. So regardless of where you're starting at, recognise that you've started a journey to help heal yourself from the inside out. So what we're going to do now is what we call a warrior flow. And I'm going to start another video for that. All right.